If you've come to learn exactly what's in each and every single one of my bank accounts, then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Sandra. I'm a 26-year-old occupational therapist living in Denver, Colorado, and I guess I'm sharing monthly net worth updates until I hit 100K, which will ideally happen before I turn 30. I make $76,000 a year and I live with my partner. To add a little spice to my challenge of investing a butt ton of money in my 20s, I'm also trying to pay off 6 figures of student loan debt quickly. So in this video, I'm gonna do exactly what you think I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna walk you through each of my bank accounts and what I have in each one and explain what's there. And then at the end, we'll add it all up and we'll see where I currently stand. I really firmly believe in financial transparency. Everything that I know and I'm working towards with my money is because someone else was willing to talk about their money, whether it was in person or online. And ultimately, this has allowed me to understand money as a tool that can help me live a life I love, and it's also encouraged me to picture what that life looks like for myself. So because this is something I value, I'm here being financially transparent with the hopes that I can inspire you also. Let's go ahead and just start with my debt. I graduated undergrad debt-free, and then I borrowed money to pay for my doctorate in occupational therapy. I graduated from this degree program in May of 2024 with a balance of $127,000. And then I started paying off that balance in June of 2024 as soon as I got a job. My goal was to pay off my debt aggressively. Currently, my balance is $82,740.50, which is down $1,700 from last month's balance of $84,453. And overall, I'm down $45,000 since I started paying off my debt. One question that I got a lot is, why is paying off debt a priority to me when I could make more money investing? On average, the S&P returns more than 7%, usually closer to 10%. My debt is 6.5% at the highest. And I am relatively really young, so actually investing this money would make me a lot more money in the long run. So even though the math doesn't exactly work out to pay off my debt, there is a reason that it makes sense for me and my situation. The reason that I would want to have a lot of money invested is so that I could retire and live off of my investments. But there's a couple important factors here. First, I work in healthcare. Second, my ultimate goal is to have more time freedom. And third, I'm in a situation where I'm living below my means. I really like my job, but I'm very interested in not having to do it for 40 hours a week. And we also plan to live below our means forever. Because we live below our means, I have $2,000 a month that I can put towards paying off my debt. So once my debt is gone, I will hypothetically have just $2,000 a month extra. And yes, I can put that money towards more financial goals, but it's not needed to pay for anything in my current expenses. And because I work in healthcare, my hours are flexible. I don't have to work 40 hours a week. I can actually work as few as 20 hours a week and still keep my benefits like healthcare and a 401k. Or if I don't care about those, I can drop to what's called PRN, where I don't have any guaranteed hours, but I cover shifts as needed. So this would allow me to more or less set my own schedule. By paying off my debt, I actually reach my goal of time freedom a lot sooner because I'm reducing the amount of money that I need to put towards something. i.e., I'm freeing up $2,000 a month, or I can drop my hours and not make that $2,000 per month. Now, realistically, I won't do this right away. I'll take advantage of the fact that I'm young and have very few responsibilities and can throw that money towards the ultimate goal of investing a lot so that I can retire completely. But that's a future problem. Ultimately, paying off my debt allows me to free up that money, which then would allow me to reach my goal of time freedom when my debt's paid off. And this might be a little unique to my situation, but I do really like my job. So I don't necessarily want to be fully retired at a young age, but I would love to have the option. Really quick before I keep going, give this video a like because it really supports my channel. If you're interested in seeing my financial journey, go ahead and subscribe. And if you have any questions, you can comment them down below. I do see all the comments. I'll answer it if I want to. Okay, let's jump into my savings. First of all, I have a health savings account which has $2,387.67. This is up $80.67 from last month. I have not contributed to my savings account for September. So for my sinking funds, I have $1,856 saved. And I also haven't contributed to my emergency fund because I consider my emergency fund fully funded right now while I'm paying off debt. And I have $10,548 in that account. I don't have any aggressive savings goals right now, so I'm not saving any money aggressively. The only thing that's on the back of my mind is that my car is a 2011 Subaru Outback, and it would be silly of me to not expect a 14-year-old car to maybe reach the end of its life. But she's also reliable, so I plan to keep her as long as I can, knock on wood. But once I pay off my next student loan, I have 4 left to pay off, I might take some of the minimum payment from that and cycle that into a savings account for if my car were to die. But she's going for an oil change and inspection soon, and we're hoping that that all comes back crisp and clean. I would like to keep her running as long as possible because the longer I can go without buying a new car, the better. Also, after my loans are paid off, I would like a larger emergency fund, and exactly what that number will look like depends on what I decide to do with my job. If I decide to keep it or if I decide to go PRN, who knows? But I think getting closer to 6 months to a year, depending on those decisions and those lifestyle factors, instead of the 3 months that I currently have, would be helpful. So somewhere between $20,000 and $35,000. Another thing that I haven't really considered but should is that I receive a benefit from my work of $200 a month that goes straight to my loans, and it'll go away when my loans are paid off. There will come a point where the interest that accrues on my loans is less than $200 a month. Maybe at that point I'll stop aggressively paying towards my loans and let that balance just kind of stagnate my loans for a minute while I aggressively save towards some of these goals. We'll just kind of see what my income and expenses look like at that time and adjust. I have time. However, speaking of investments, let's dive into those. I currently have 2 investment accounts, my Roth IRA and a 401k. And my 401k does receive a match from my employer. However, right now that match is not technically vested, but I do plan on staying long enough that that match does get vested, so I count it towards my net worth. So in my Roth IRA, I have $6,300. That is up $742 from last month. $583 is a cash investment that I made. In my 401k, I have $5,500, which is up $661, of which $500 is cash contributions that I made. The market was up last month. I am a long-term investor. I'm not super concerned about growth, and also my numbers are small. I have just shy of $12,000 invested, which I don't think is too shabby for less than a year of truly contributing to these investments. But regardless, growing investments are good. We like growing investments. And then of course we have my cash. Last month I talked about how I was going to close my savings account in my credit union where I keep all of my money that comes in and then I send it out to the other places, and I did that. So all of my cash is in one account, and that has $2,585.29. This is my spending account. I haven't spent on a lot of my expenses, so this is up $1,000 technically, but this number will fluctuate quite a lot. So now it's time where I tell you my total net worth. And as a reminder from where we were last month, my net worth last month was negative $57,815, and this month my net worth is up or down, depending, closer to zero in a good way, to negative $53,563.04. So that's a change of $4,254. That change either shows that I am really bad at math, which I have double, triple checked these numbers, but the number is inflated because I haven't paid about $1,000 of my living expenses. But even a $3,500 difference shows the power of investing as well as paying off debt for improving your net worth, if that's a goal. Now, I don't particularly care about my net worth and what that number means for me. It doesn't really do anything for me, but ultimately my goal is to live off of my assets and investments. So tracking this kind of gives me a picture of my overall financial health, and with paying off my debt, it can just kind of help me see how that debt is impacting me. I also think it's interesting for nosy people like you. They want to track someone's numerical progress and see how I handle my finances helps my overall financial health. Again, if you found this video interesting, go ahead and subscribe because I post one every single month, and you want to see the progress and help me get to that 100K mark. And if you're not sick of me, you can catch me in this video here. I will see you next week. Until then, bye.